guys like to work on tonight? What kind of drills do you want to do?
Layups and jump shots.
Some layups and jump shots, yeah? Right. So how do we set that up? And what in particular about layups and jump shots do you want to work on? Right. How could you measure that? How could you measure the floating ball? Some will be. So when you go out this time, could each of you tell me where you'd like to put your focus? Okay. Is there any aspect of that you want to work on?
Put the ball by your ear, not down there.
Yeah. Okay. So putting it by the ear. Yeah. Anything else?
Technique on shooting.
Yeah. So what is it about technique on shooting you want to work on?
Higher release.
A higher release.
Above your head. I didn't get enough float, so it was just gone straight.
Okay, when you said you didn't get enough float, you do that?
That's flick.
So it's the flick,
so
is it?
So like 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5 flick,
yeah.
Okay. Right, good.
Mine had the wrong type of spin. Instead of going backwards, it went slightly to the side.
Okay, so is that something that interests you, which way it's spinning?
Yeah.
Do you want to look at that next time, which way it spins, forwards, backwards, okay?
We can concentrate as well on trying to get like a good distance from the defender, and then it depends, like if you're like a jump shooter, then you can get quite close to them, but if you don't jump very high, then you can stay a bit back from them.
Also,
so you're going to measure how far away from the defender you're going to be, just notice that?
I was taking most of my shots on the wing and I was concentrating on one bit to put the ball in the top of the square when I backed the shot.
Okay, so where were you looking at?
The
top of the square?
Top of the right hand.
Okay, so as you went in, that's what you were looking at? Yeah, good.
And I aimed every time and I hit it mostly there. And got them in there.
Okay, and it worked, did it? Yeah.
Yeah, big steps. Like you need to gauge how big your step is depending on how far you want to go away from the basket.
Right. So you discovered that when you did that just now. Okay. Bigger steps, yeah.
Mine was a bit off target because I felt like I had my hand slightly to one side. I wasn't in the middle.
And when did you feel your hand was to one side? Just before you shot? Or
just before I shot, and then I ended up a bit like going to the side.
Okay. What did you notice about that?
Yeah, I had good float, so it would go in.
Okay. What gave it a good float?
Finishing up, so I was like that.
Was it harder having a defender?
Yeah, you have to focus on where you're going.
Yeah.
So if you run into him, you have to, because as Jack showed me, I went for the shot, but I was too close to him. Yeah. And then when I tried to bring it up from there, I couldn't, and then just checked me.
Okay. On a scale of 10, where would you put yourself? Out of 10. If 10 was you had all of your attention on the basket.
Yeah, the float was better, and I definitely got the flick.
Okay. What did you notice most, that or the float and the flick, when you did that?
I focused on the flick, and so if I got the flick and I got it high, so give it the float and the spin to go in.
So what did you discover about your steps and how far out you needed to be? Good. So what did we notice about the trajectory? You were looking at trajectory?
My float was okay, but I still think it's a bit too flat.
Yeah. What numbers were you getting? Were you getting any nice threes? Okay. So what did we notice in that drill with the defender there?
People were missing.
People were missing,
They were looking at the defender at the basket.
They were looking at the defender at the basket? Did you notice that from these guys?
Yeah, when I was defending, they'd look at me at the basket.
Good. So what did we notice about the trajectory? You were looking at trajectory?
My float was okay, but I still think it's a bit too flat.
Yeah. What numbers were you getting? Were you getting any nice threes?
I got a couple of ones and a couple of twos on that level 3.
Okay.
Me personally, because I was shooting a lot of threes.
Yeah.
I tried to get a lot of float, but I didn't get much. And I was like getting one and twos.
Right. Happy with that, Michael?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What did you notice about that one?
Yeah, well, the follow through was what's it supposed to be. Yeah, it was much lighter than last time, so it went in.
Yeah. Good. How can we progress this drill any further or make it a little bit more challenging? How can we set up a drill that we could work on?
Well, we're free
throws, yeah. Free throws.
Yeah? Should we do a bit of work on that?
I've got the float, but not the accuracy.
Okay, so do you want to look at the float or the accuracy next time? Accuracy? Yeah.
Accuracy.
Okay, so what did you discover specifically? You mentioned a few things. You mentioned release point, mentioned the 2 steps. Is there anything, are you more definite now about what you want to look at? How should we go forwards with it now? Do you want to carry on this drill or do you want to change to another drill? Do you know from yours, Tom?
Yeah, the flick of the wrist.
Right, what
But
did you
I'm
notice,
just
basically?
kind of pushing it really. I'm not actually getting any under it.
Do you want to measure the flick next time?
Yeah.
Maybe what would be 5 would be the most flick you can get,
Yeah.
and 1 would be where it just goes flat.
Yeah.
Is the number? Yeah.
If you're just going to go like that, you're just going to go straight forward. But if you follow it and it goes over it, just loop in.
Okay. What are you looking for the ball to do? A nice high
Yeah, nice,
arc.
nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
arc. So could you measure that arc every time you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe on a 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
where 1's a bit shallow, 2's in the middle, and 3's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So we've got higher release, we've got shooting by the ear. Is there anything else?
Just concentrate on the basket. So think like
Have the
there's not a
defender
defender there.
further out.
Okay. So you're saying be aware of the defender,
Yeah.
but put your focus on the
Yeah.
basket.
I was like varying my shots so I could get the feel of it. If I just go in one spot, it's just the same.
Okay, so when you went out, decides to vary your shots. Okay, good. Okay, so what did we notice in that drill with the defender there?
People were missing.
People were missing,
Then
yeah.
that's when they defend.
They were looking at the defender at the basket.
They were looking at the defender at the basket. Did you notice that from these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was defending, they'd look at me at the basket.